Hi, this is Dan Ansel, Prudential California Realty. Today is Tuesday, November 1st. I've got some national news and then also some local stuff here. So here's what's going on. Headline, survey, home prices in half of the major cities went up. This is sort of a lagging statistic. This is actually going back to August there. But for the Standard & Poor Case-Shiller Price Index of the 20 largest metro areas in the country, half of them went up during the month of August. So this is definitely a glass half full sort of headline because clearly half of them went down also. But the good news is it's the fifth straight month that at least half of the metro areas in the country that the average home price went up. Bad news for us, one of the hardest hit areas, one of the ones that actually went down was Los Angeles. That was one of the two, that and Atlanta were the two hardest hit metro areas where the prices declined the most. So a little bit of bad news. I mean, nationwide it seems like, again, we seem to be sort of bouncing along the bottom there, which is good. I mean, once the market sort of establishes a bottom and bounces along there for a while, it's going to be much easier to sell real estate. It's very difficult to sell into a declining market. Buyers don't want to feel foolish that they paid too much. If the market's just neutral, they're okay. But what's actually going down, much tougher to sell. Here's what's going on locally. This is MLS statistics for October there. For the Santa Barbara area as a whole, 144 sales. That's the best October we've had since going back to 2006. So good numbers there. There's 169 pending sales, so we're probably going to see November sales about consistent with last year, which is around mid 120, 125 sales or so, just based on the number of pending there. So again, probably pretty consistent with last year, but coming off pretty much 4 pretty good months in a row in terms of number of sales. Prices are still declining, but the number of sales, we're absorbing the inventory, which is the first necessary step towards getting some stability out there. Montecito, there were 20 closed sales there, so slightly more than last year this month when we had 19. A little discouraging though, only 19 pending sales, so probably going to have maybe 13 or 14 closed sales during November. So again, pending sales is going to be a really good forward-looking indicator. Most escrows are longer than 30 days, so all 21 pending won't be closing during this month there, but that would be sort of, figure about 3/4 of those should be during the month there. So that's going to be a good forward-looking indicator we're going to start to include in these month-end, month-starting statistics there. So again, overall, pretty good October for Santa Barbara and Montecito there. Number of new listings, pretty consistent in both areas with what we've been seeing here. So again, expect the number of sales to sort of keep going along there. Nothing too new on interest rates. They still seem to be, you know, not at quite their historical lows, but pretty darn close to it there. So again, the real problem is not the rates, it's the actual can buyers qualify, and that still is a big issue, especially for our area. So that's what's going on looking into November.